We got one. Kind of sounds like in Ghostbusters. She's like, we got one. And she hits the buzzer. We got one. That was Annie Potts' finest work. Ex-FBI lawyer Kevin Kleinsmith is going to plead guilty. He's got a hearing come up. Going to plead guilty in the Russia collusion probe. Now, liberals, Democrats are doing everything they can, everything they got here. He's in every trick in the book, trying to come up with a way that they don't have to admit that everything that the conservative argument has been saying here for the last going on 4 years now has been true, and everything that they said was bull. There was no Russia collusion. There was no plot to steal the election involving the Trump campaign. And all that stuff about how, it was totally legitimate. The FISA applications were fine. The FBI is so professional. James Comey's a superstar. He's hilarious. I love James Comey. All that crap. Lie. It's all a lie. And the conservatives who have been saying this was spying, and all credit due to A.G. Barr on this for coming out and saying it as Attorney General, that they were spying on the Trump campaign. Yes, they were. Let's not let them lie about this. Let's not let them mislead on this anymore. There was Obama administration spying on the Trump campaign. That happened. That is a fact. And people broke the law. They broke the law at the top reaches of the federal government for that end. That is now also a fact. Look at how the Democrats and the libs and the deep state made a huge deal. Oh, General Flynn pleaded guilty. General Flynn's a criminal. There must be all this other criminality around it. It was all smoke and mirrors, my friends. They completely ambushed Flynn. They set him up. Lies, lies, and more lies. They set up General Flynn. But they used that. They used, we got him. There must be other stuff. Now we have this ex-FBI lawyer, Kevin Kleinsmith, who's pleading guilty as part of the Durham investigation. Now, some of you are saying, Buck, you told me. Now, this is, okay, now we do accounting for this, right? Now we do a full assessment of where we currently stand and my prediction. I told you that no big fish, no names you knew would get criminally charged in the Durham probe. And I said that maybe, if you go back, you can listen, I said maybe some smaller, lower-level people will get a process crime or something. Unfortunately, this is that. This is not earth-shattering. This is not, James Comey getting frog-marched with handcuffs. No, this is a senior FBI lawyer, but still a government functionary, who lied in order to get FISA going on Carter Page. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why would you lie on a FISA application? It was very straightforward, too. Kleinsmith claimed that Page was not a source for the CIA when the CIA had actually told the Bureau on multiple occasions that Page was, in fact, an operational contact for them. This isn't a minor detail. Libs will try to tell you that this is a minor detail. Libs will try to claim that this is just, it was like a good faith error. No, he's being charged because this is not a good faith error. This was stacking the deck to get an illegal warrant. When you lie for a warrant, the warrant is not legal. Right? If I could have done this so many times when I was working at the NYPD Intelligence Division, I could have said, I've got a confidential informant who's telling me that somebody's stockpiling explosives in their garage. And I filled out a whole report on my make-believe confidential informant, and then we busted in someone's garage because I didn't like that person, or I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. I'm going to go to jail for that, and I should, right? If I did that. So easy to do. That's what was done here. By lying about Page's contact with the CIA, it made it possible to believe. It would be impossible to believe that Page is working with and helping the CIA track actual Russian agents, but Carter Page himself, some people in the FBI think, might be a Russian agent for the Trump, working with the Trump campaign to steal the election. Doesn't make any sense, right? So to avoid the obvious conclusion of it doesn't make any sense, this guy lied. And he will now have a felony criminal conviction under 18 U.S.C. 1001 for false statements, according to the latest reporting on this one. So there is a development here. This is progress. This is showing us that at least there's seriousness in this Durham probe. What's really going to happen, and so I still think my prediction's probably going to be correct. I don't think you're going to see any of the big name people in all of this get even charged, never mind go to prison. But there was a deep state effort to destroy the Trump presidency that involved senior people in the FBI breaking the law to take him down. Not just abusing power, that's all over Russia collusion. That's all over this stuff. But going beyond the abuse of power into the criminal weaponization of law enforcement and surveillance authority for political purposes. So I'm also very much hoping, but I don't think it will happen. But I am hoping that we may find out in time that who the leaker was of the Flynn conversation. That was a senior person. Whoever leaked the Flynn conversation to Ignatius, which was necessary to get this whole thing going, right? These were all very deliberate. That was a felony criminal leak of top secret information. And that person is a criminal and should be punished to the fullest extent of the law. That person is also, like this Kleinsmith guy, a senior figure in the deep state effort against Trump, whoever it was. Only certain people would have had access to that information and motive. That's a very important part of this as well. You have to keep in mind that these are people who took actions. This guy Kleinsmith took an action that has destroyed his career and will adversely affect the rest of his life. I mean, I don't think he probably will get if anything, a very short jail sentence. I mean, life isn't over for this guy, but this is going to hurt. You're a lawyer and you had to plead to a felony to go after the Trump administration. Now, I've told you this before, the left, they take care of their own. This guy is going to end up with some consulting gig, or you watch Kleinsmith, after pleading to a felony, give it 6 to 12 months, and he'll, if you track him down, you'll find out he's got some really nice, well-paid gig somewhere with a big Obama-Biden donor, right? Someone within that Democrat sphere is going to hook this guy up. We on the conservative side, we're not good at this. We don't take care of our soldiers. We don't take care of the people in our ideological fight. We're like, oh yeah, go, come on, it's just the free market. It's just the free market. And that's not that simple, actually. It's not just the free market. So that's one part of this. Another part of this is that Kleinsmith shows you the mentality, the severity of Trump derangement syndrome, even at very senior levels within the United States bureaucracy. That this guy's a lawyer at the FBI, and he hated Trump so much that he was desperate to get this Carter Page FISA going. Otherwise, why do it? We saw the text messages with Strzok and Page. Oh, we'll prevent this. Don't worry, baby. I got this covered. Give me that back rub again. Oh, please don't let Trump be president. Oh, no, baby. I'm a big, tough FBI guy. My name's Peter Strzok. I kind of talk like this for no reason. I don't know why, but I have never, sir, done any. No, he did. We saw it in the text messages. Both cheating on their spouses and cheating on their spouses in the office, too. It's really gross. I don't do too much of the getting into the personal stuff of these public figures, but it's really gross. We see the mentality. We see what they're willing to do. The media lied to you. CNN, the New York Post. I'm sorry, pardon me, not the New York Post. The Washington Post, the New York Times. They lied to you and lied to you and lied to you again about Russia collusion. And now we're just beginning to see what accountability for all of that looks like. We're just beginning to see the final narrative of the truth coming out in a way that I think is necessary for us as a country to be able to even think about moving forward and talk about reform. How do you stop this from happening again? Does anybody really believe that Democrats would be unwilling to run the same playbook? They're not ashamed of this. They're just sorry it didn't work. They're not sad that some people, Comey and Brennan and Clapper and Page and Strzok and go down the list, and McCabe. Some of these people broke the law to go after Trump. They're not sad. They're not bothered by it. The only thing in Russiagate that bothers libs is that it didn't really work. It was useful, but it was not ultimately successful. So if you're really understanding the way the left-wing mentality works and what we should expect going forward, we should all know that they will, if we allow it, if we do not stand on guard against it, they will try this again. They'll do the exact same thing the next time around. Only better. Now they will have learned. They'll have used this as a test run. Just conjure some crazy narrative, get the left-wing base all fired up about some insanity, have the mainstream media just act like the propaganda shills they are. See if they can take down a Republican president.
Hey, Team Buck, thank you so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you like this video, please click that little thumbs up button so then it will log as liked. And also, if you want to see more great content from The First, please click subscribe.